We have had that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like that happens everywhere you work. That happens all the time.
All the time.
So quality control allows you to stop that before it happens.
Yeah.
You will find out in a couple of weeks, not in a year.
Right.
And at that point, you're going back and you're fixing jobs and you're doing warranty claims that are costing you 6 figures. So quality control is very hard because it's expensive, right? You have to have someone in quality control that you're paying a salary to just sit around and look at stuff, right? Really? And then you got to pay people commissions on top of whatever their salary is. And you're not going to be able to get somebody good to work at your location if you don't give them a good enough salary. So what that means is like, you can't be like, hey guys, I'm going to give you $20,000 a year salary, and then I'm going to give you like a bunch of potential bonuses that equal $80,000. We did a bunch of polling years ago when we were figuring out this structure, and people that want to work for you, the reason they want to work for you is stability. Good people that want to work for you want to work there for stability. So if you try to create something that is kind of like a risky environment where they're like really held accountable, like 80%, even 50% commission, it's too much. It's too much. So it needs to be enough that it hurts if they do something wrong, enough that it greatly rewards them and puts them above everybody else in the market for, you know, what pay could be.
Yep.
But it can't be something that is like risky to them.
Yeah.
So what I just described to you is very expensive. It's why we're one of the more expensive chimney companies, but it's an insurance policy for the customer. It's like, you can't, just like ductwork, can your customers see that you did any of the work? Can they see anything that you did?
Nope.
Can you just show up to their house, tell them you did a bunch of shit, and then just take their money and leave?
You could have easily done that.
Does that happen in your industry all the time?
People do that all the time.
Okay. Well, chimneys, same exact thing. Just make things up. Don't do anything, right? Customers have no idea. And they might like the sales guy. They might like you, right? They might like the person that showed up. But then the installers or the cleaners that show up, they could be a ragtag bunch, right? And at that point, it's too late. You know, you already got a deposit down. It's already happening. So by having a quality control model, the homeowner is getting insurance. They're getting an insurance policy. Yep. If you're going to spend, our average ticket's $7,000.
Okay, wow.
If you're going to spend $7,000, would you like a little bit of insurance on that maybe costs you like, 15% more?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, I mean, that's quality control. All right. So let's say you have a duct cleaning company.
Yeah.
And you're doing $500K in revenue. So you're like very much an owner operator.
For sure.
And you're stuck. Like, what should that person do?
Yeah. Well, so the first thing they would do is they would make sure that they are the industry expert in their area.
Yeah.
So like, you need to know what you're talking about. And that's with these businesses, just like your business, you have to be very, very technical and know all the details, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason so many of these duct cleaning companies don't do more revenue is because they have to charge $400 because everyone knows their service is BS because they don't know what they're doing and they can't explain the technicals to you. Therefore, their team, if they have a team, couldn't explain the technicals if they can't even do it.
Yeah.
So the number one thing they need to do is like have their industry knowledge and know what they're doing and what they're talking about and like be one of the very best in their area with what they do.
Yeah.
Then they need to raise their rates and actually do the jobs exactly to the NADCA and EPA like standards and regulations. That'd be the second thing. And then the third thing is they got to get off the truck to some extent. Maybe they work on the truck Monday and Tuesday to train the guys. Then the guys do the jobs the rest of the week and they can go do marketing and sales and grow this company. And then they should take your ideas that you just said about yard signs and maybe changing the pay for the guys so you're getting the team more excited about like finding new work and getting new jobs.
Yeah.